Hello. This is our interview for Chicago Step. This is Joel Bess. He is a sophomore and he goes here, and you are an acting major, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yes. So, how long have you been dancing, or how did you know about Chicago Step?
I learned about Chicago Step from my grandparents, actually, because they used to compete in stepping tournaments and stuff like that. So they would have wanted whenever it was Thanksgiving or Christmas, or whenever we were having a little house party at my grandmother's house. They used to always step. We always step, and that's where I learned how to do that from. And then
Okay. So what did you get out of the stepping competitions when you would go see your grandparents step?
Oh my God, it was so cool, and it was amazing to see other people do it. But then when you know somebody who's in the competition, it's really cool, just because it's so many different varieties and styles in which people step. Some people are very technical. Some people really like to freestyle and do their own thing when they step. I mean, even though it's the all same type of dance. But yeah, it was just it's truly Chicago culture to go to a stepping competition or go somewhere out to a club and see motherfuckers stepping. It's so cool and it's so smooth.
Yes. What is your favorite style of music to step to? What were your grandparents' favorite?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Chicago nigga. I don't care who say what. R. Kelly's gonna be the best stepping music in the world. Step to the Name of Love. It's a bop. It's literally a bop. That's a bop. What's another one that people step to? Mr. Magic by Grover Washington Jr. That's another one. What's another stepping cut? It's so many of them. I can't think of the names. But all the R. Kelly jumps,
And then would you say that Chicago house music is also, you could step to that too, or is it more soul music?
It's more so soul music that you would step to. Some house music is a little too fast. House music has its own style of dance.
Yes.
And that's a whole separate culture from stepping.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping is you put your suit on, your lady got her gown on, and y'all niggas just in the club just finessing.
And do you feel as if stepping as a dance form has evolved or changed since your grandparents' time?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, just with new moves and just people trying to do new stuff with it. Young couples, they do young couples have bend their knees, my grandparents, they just talk that's the way I step. I step real almost kind of slew-footed. It's just a real upright thing. Just something simple. Some niggas be taking you around the back and it's crazy. That's the cool stuff, man. That's what's really.
Because when you really know how to do it.
Yeah, when you really know how to do it, you could cut the damn fool if you know how to step right. It's bananas.
Yes. And do you feel as if stepping as a cultural element has evolved or changed? More people who aren't black are doing it, or do you think it's really predominantly something that African Americans?
It's pretty predominantly black. Black people don't even know how to step. You know what I'm saying? Because stepping originated in Chicago and it's only kept alive really in Chicago. It's such a Chicago thing that if you go out somewhere else and be yo, let's step. You can't be pulling up on no female in the club talking about, hey, let's step. She from fucking Jersey or New York. They're gonna be what? Or I can't go down south and be let's step. It's a very Chicago Midwest type thing. So and then it's not only do you have that little small bubble, but you also have it's a very black thing as well.
Okay.
Just because it's a lot of rhythm. It's a lot of rhythm and repetition in there that certain white people just don't get. So you just be you know what, Steve, it's okay. One day you'll get it. One day.
And how would you like to see step evolve over the course of maybe the next 10 years or so?
I want it to become more popular so I could step with more females at the club. So I could be hey girl, hey, you want to step? Question mark. And so we had a whole club going crazy off of stepping music.
Do you think that step will ever be fully commoditized into mainstream media? Like, do you think it would ever become popular in the mainstream?
That's the thing. It's such an old head culture that I think it would lose a lot of what it is if it kind of went mainstream. Just because, there's a lot of understanding of the culture that you have to do in order to truly get it, to get stepping, and like certain stuff that's cool. Like a dude could do something so minuscule and so small, like a little step or a little slide, and like people who like step will be like, yo, that's crazy. But then people who don't do step are like, it's kind of like this is just the same thing over and over. But it's noticing that I don't think it can really ever hit the mainstream just because it's so much culture. You know what I'm saying? Like just like how like I don't know. It doesn't have a big enough following. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it takes a lot to get.
And what type of exposure do you think could potentially turn step into a commercialized dance, like a choreographed dance?
You saying what kind of
like what could put Chicago step on the map?
On the map?
Yeah.
If rappers start step, I don't know. Definitely, I don't know. It just had to be like popping off in the clubs more.
Because I know a lot of old heads, like that's kind of where it is, like Southside Chicago.
But like old heads go to like 21 and up clubs. Mm-hmm. So the only way you can really get it mainstream is if it reaches everybody.
Exactly.
Especially like our generation, because we spread everything that we know. Mm-hmm. But if we don't know, because we don't see, because a lot of stepping is live, so like you can't like be like, I mean you can YouTube step videos and be like, yo, this is cool. Like no, it's something you have to be there to experience. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta kind of like know, about it.
And when you're stepping, like, how does it make you feel? Like, what emotion?
Man, I'm the smoothest nigga in the world when I step. Like, not gonna lie, the confidence level is here when I step. When I know I'm stepping, I'm like, the flex is on. Especially like when people who like ain't got rhythm are impressed by the amount of rhythm I have. I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
Do you think you could demonstrate?
Do I think? Yes. Okay, I'd have to use you as a partner though.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Now, this is how you step. All right. Look, it's just right, left, then you cross. No, you cross the opposite way.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So if you cross that way,
I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Yeah. So it's right. Okay. Wait. From the top. Right, left, cross. Yeah, right over left, and then cross. Yeah, but it's real smooth. So you just it's all repeated, and then you just add a little shit in as you go. Okay. All right, you ready? Right, left, cross. There you go, cross. There you go. Right, left, cross. Then I can tell you, that's like the crazy shit. Like even it was like right, left. Some players just be like, and then just keep the foot back, and then just go right back into it. And that's the thing, you just gotta keep the rhythm. As long as you keep the rhythm, everything you do gonna look smooth.
That's amazing.
Like, yo, they hop right back on the beat. Like, it's insane.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Do you prefer to step on your own or with a partner?
With a partner. That's the whole point of stepping. Mm. I mean, you can't really step if it's by yourself. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh yeah, I like to tango by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
What is one of your favorite memories with step?
Oh, one of my favorite memories.
And you can give as much detail as you want.
I want to say it was my first time learning how to step. And like stepping with my mom. Because me and my mom, like, because we know each other so well, we could do whatever we want and she'll know like where I'm about to move and be like, all right, bet. So like that's so cool. And whenever we step, they be like, yo, it's so smooth. I'm like, yeah. So I love stepping with my mom just because, it's so cool.
That's amazing. And do you wish more people were exposed to step or involved with it?
Absolutely. Absolutely, definitely. Anytime I get a chance to learn, to teach somebody how to step, or to be like, yo, come on, let's step. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. Just because I think that's cool. And that's like, you know, I like to dance when I go out. So, like, to actually, like, step is, like, actually, like, dancing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, you really got to know the person that you're dancing with, you know, to, like...
To be able to, for the have that trust.
Exactly. Yeah, to have that trust and to just be like, yo, just follow me. I'll take the lead. I got you. You know, like that's, so like, yeah. So like, whenever I get a chance to teach people or like tell people, what's step? I'm like, yo, stepping is the shit. Let me show you.
Yes, and like, what do you like to wear when you step? Or like, what is the attire?
Oh, you gotta go to KMG, get you a Steve Harvey collection suit. It's probably like maybe 2 sizes too big, my nigga. And you need alligator shoes. You need a 3-piece suit. So that means jacket, vest combo. And you need a button up and a nice tie. Maybe a pimp cane. I don't know. It depends on how far you want to go with it. But yeah, you definitely need to get dressed up to step. I mean, of course, like if you had a cookout, you could step and y'all just step in. But like competitions, like when they have competitions, they get dressed, like yeah. Because, you know, when old heads used to go to the club, they always used to get, like, dressed up, like, in suits and shit. So, like, that's how they do the competitions, and that's how, like, you know, when they go to events or, like, certain clubs, even out here, like, maybe, like, the Dayton Game or something, like, an old head club like that, like, they'll be stepping, so, yeah.
Okay, and, like, what are some traditions of step? Like, what your grandparents told you or what your mom told you? Like, what are some of the things that you have to do for it to be?
You mainly just gotta you gotta be smooth. You gotta be, you know, transitioning right. Yeah, it's more like you just gotta just don't fuck up. Just don't fuck up when you dancing. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stiff. Oh, no one loves a stiff stepper. You know, the whole point of stepping is the fluidity of it. You know. So.
Yeah, and do you think that the step community has lost any of these traditions, or?
Oh, absolutely not. At least not in Chicago. You know, this maybe like in Detroit or something. I don't know. But like, no, Chicago step is gonna be here for a while, and it's always gonna be here just because, you know.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Everybody loves it. Like the old heads love it, and like they're gonna keep it alive in their little local areas. So like, yeah.
And what are the best aspects of stepping?
Best aspects of stepping is just, 1, the music. Stepping music is great. 2, just the people usually. Just because they usually all old, so they funny as hell. So you'd be like, watch out there now, you know. Yeah. Just the culture and the community, the people, the hype, the clothes, you know, just everything. Yeah, those are like some of like the best parts of stepping.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And do you feel like there are any weak areas within the form, like?
As far as what?
Like
the actual dance? Or
in general, like what do you think is something that could be improved or has been improved?
Shit. What couldn't, just spreading it out more, you know? Maybe like, you know, teaching younger niggas how to step.
Exactly.
But then again, you know, it's just, I guess, marketing and promo. I don't know what you call it, you know, like marketing it to younger people. Because, I mean, like, at first, like, if you be like, hey, young blood, come over here, let me teach you how to step. They're going to be like, no, nigga. So, like, yeah, that'd be, like, the only problem with it.
Yes. And if you had to describe step in 3 words, what would you say?
Lit AF. Yeah. A as a word and F as a word. Take that with it what you will.
Well, thank you so much for this interview.
No problem.
Yes, Joel is a Chicago native, so his grandparents live here. Your mother live here?
Yeah, all my family lives here.
All his family lives here, so he's been surrounded by step his entire life. So I thought that he would be a good person to interview. You know, you said expert. I feel like what a better person to ask than someone who has lived here all their life. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is the end.